Hello and welcome to today's episode of Coach's Corner. Today I sat down with another personal trainer from World Gym Burpengary, Hayden. We got into some of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to training and what to focus on instead. We went deep on nutrition, covering how to build healthy eating habits, common dieting traps, and practical tips for staying consistent. We also talked all things supplement, what's actually worth taking, what's overrated, and how to avoid wasting your money. And for a real unfiltered perspective, Hayden opened up about his personal experience with steroid use and the impact that it's had on his journey. If you're looking for straight up honest advice around training, nutrition and long-term health, this episode's definitely for you. I hope you guys really get some value from it. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to Coach's Corner. This podcast is where we talk all things deep into the world of health, fitness, business and mindset with people excelling in their field, sharing raw insights, real stories and practical tools to level up your game. My name is Sam Eames and this is the second episode. Today I'll welcome another fellow personal trainer and coach here at World Gym Burpengary, Hayden Moo. Welcome Hayden, how are you today?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, great. So let's start off with a bit of your origin and background. So how long have you been a PT for?
Probably got into the industry roughly about age of 17 to 18, so cracking 30 now, so good 12 and a half years. And yeah, just got old in it.
Yeah. What gym did you start off at?
So the first gym I ever was at Genesis at Moorfield after I graduated, so that's where I got my mentorship. Kind of went from there, did my mentoring there, then after I was offered the job, took that, and yeah, rest is history, eh?
And you're here when World Gym Burpengary started?
Yeah, so when the place was actually still getting renovated, I was offered the job here and ended up signing the contract before the place was actually up and running. So, and just played the waiting game until again we were up and running. So yeah, since day one, man. So basically an OG of this place,
yeah, cool.
To be honest.
So did you do anything before that, or was it straight from school into the fitness industry?
Well, I was a bit of a dropkick, not going to lie. After I finished school, didn't really know where to go. I was pretty athletic in what I was doing and all that. I was training. I was trying to basically, honestly, just trying to keep fit. For appearance-based reasons only. Again, didn't really care about where to go from it. Yeah, did a bit of like labouring work. Funny story, did a bit of topless waitering, all that stupid shit to kind of make money where I could. And it was one day that actually mum was working the Australian Institute of Personal Training, and she ended up putting me to one of the institute fellas that ended up sending me an email and giving me a call and offering me the Cert 3 and 4. And I again had nothing to do, so I was like, yeah, righto. So I ended up signing up, studying that, and yeah, just followed along with it with nothing else to look back on. So kind of just went from there, and yeah.
Yeah, cool. So if that wasn't for your mum, what do you think you'd be doing?
Right now? That's a good question, man. Like, I always had ideas in my head of what I wanted to do, but it was just like being young, it's never really, again, had the desire to jump or anything. It was always more so of, oh yeah, like I'm still young, I can next week, I'll do this next week, or next month, or I'll do it when I'm 20, 21, kind of thing like that. So you kind of just keep pushing things back and back and back. And I think she was kind of getting fed up with me not committing to anything too. So, yeah, man, like I have no idea what I'd be doing right now.
No regrets?
No regrets, man. Could be, could be in jail.
So what was your fitness journey like those early 20s compared to now?
More like as I've grown up into it. Well, being in my early 20s, it was, your body's good as gold, man. Like you're basically Superman. Nothing hurts. You can train as much as you want, as hard as you want, and whenever you want. Older you get, like now you got a little bit of injuries, got a bit of niggles here. You wake up, you got to do a couple of stretches before you roll out of bed. Yeah, man, like just everything's more, I guess, drop the ego a little bit kind of thing. So not really entitled to go in and absolutely like destroy my body and in the gym anymore, and just train how, again, like still with a bit of intensity and all that, but like do listen to it a lot more. If if I feel something coming, like injury wise, either I let my coach know or kind of just back off a little bit, or kind of just work around it in a way, instead of going, oh yeah, fuck it, I got this, and trying to push ahead, like, you know, letting that ego kick in. So I'm more mindful of that nowadays. And yeah, like, other than that, training is still roughly the same as how I've always been. Again, I listen to more people now. Didn't really have a coach back in the day. Now I kind of like let him take over the wheel, and whatever he says kind of goes. Obviously with a little bit of input from myself, but again, like, he knows what he's doing, so kind of just listen. And if I have any kind of issues, let him know, and he always works around that really good too.
Yeah,
so
cool.
It's always good to have that now.
Definitely beneficial having a coach.
Definitely. Coaches should have coaches. Again, I don't care who you are, whether you're a wizard or whatnot, but like, you always got that second eye is always a good thing, man.
Yeah. No, that's cool. So you've been focusing on bodybuilding as well. How many shows have you done now? And how old were you when you started?
2018, I believe. So how old have I been? Like, what's that? 5, 6, 7 years ago. So about 24, I guess. I'm 31 this year. So yeah, 24 is probably when I did my first show. Again, no coach. Had no idea what I was doing. Diet, nutrition, training, everything came from YouTube, honestly. Kind of just YouTube, like competition prep diets and all that, and just kind of follow what they were doing. And the thing is, it's like everyone's body's different. So I would have been 64 kilos soaking wet, copying some 250-pound bloke's diet kind of thing. And like, I got fairly lean. Like, basically it was more of a starvation kind of thing for myself, because that rebound was absolutely horrible. If we had photos, I'd show you. But yeah, like the first 3 comps, I'm pretty sure I'd ended up coaching myself through it. Got better every time because started to know my body a lot more. But kind of after like COVID ended is when I kind of bit the bullet and started approaching coaches and people who are a little bit higher up in the industry than I was. And yeah, it all became a lot better from that. So I'd say I've done 4 shows, I think. And yeah, like actually like 5, because I did about 3 in 1 year. So I'd say 5.
Yeah, well. And what lessons did you learn from that first comp compared to your last comp?
Get a coach.
Get a coach, yeah.
And basically, like, again, had no coach, had no idea. So I remember just going in, didn't know what a carb up was, didn't know how to get a posing coach too, because again, pose like an absolute knob. Didn't know how to do any of that, just YouTubed everything, tried to copy a professional, which is not the way to go. Yeah, just get a coach, get a posing coach. Probably do a bit of a growth phase, because I was just basically a stick. And yeah, man, just drop your ego and get people who know what they're doing. So
do you find it a common thing now where if there's someone that's new to the gym or training, whether it's male or female, and you know they start seeing those newbie gains or those first, you know, little bit of muscle definition, straight away they feel like they need to jump up on stage and prove themselves?
Yeah, it's one of those ones, man. Like, again, confidence is key. I'll give everyone that, but until like you see what you're kind of up against, it's like one of the ones that's like everyone, like, a mirror can make you look better than what you see for real life. But it's more so that if they don't have that person that is kind of honest with them, like, you can lead you astray. So if I've had some like clients approach me going like, oh, I want to compete, da da da, and it's because I was like, oh, why do you want to do that? It's, oh, my friend said I should.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's a lot of people's reasonings, or they look up some IFBB pro or INBA pro or whatnot, or some professional bodybuilder out there, and basically it's like, I want to be like this person because I'm following their training plan and I've signed up to their coaching 12-week challenge, whatever. But again, like, what us coaches, trainers, or even athletes who compete don't tell our clients is what really goes behind the scene too. Like, what it takes to get to a certain level, or what it takes to get this and that, and like, if like genetics plays a big role into it too. So it's one of the ones that's like, if your coach slash trainer or friend or whatnot can't be really honest with you, and again, like, everyone wants to make everyone feel good, man. Like, that's kind of our job, to like keep our clients positive, whatnot. But again, some brutal honesty is always best, man. Yeah, and I think there's just not enough of that around this industry, especially in this industry. Like, whether or not, like, as mean as it sounds, like, there's like that old saying of your best friends are the one that's honest to you. And again, that is true.
Yep.
So like, if, for example, if I started letting myself go, like, I'd like even guys like yourself to be like, hey man, like, you get a bit putty, like, pull your head in kind of thing.
Yep.
So, and again, that's more respect to you guys, than someone that kind of goes like, oh yeah, you'll be right, mate. Like, you can get back into it, you know what you're doing. I'm like, nah, just say I'm fat and tell me the truth. So, yeah.
And I think that's definitely really beneficial, and it's a specific trait you need to find in a coach, is that honesty.
Absolutely.
Obviously, as a coach's point of view, you've got to have that happy medium where you might be too brutal sometimes, you might be too sugarcoating. So obviously it comes down to which client you're talking to, or which person it is, or whatever, friend. But I feel like a good coach definitely taps into that, and they find that seesaw effect of how much is sugarcoating and how much should they be honest about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Is there anything you're training for this year?
This year, no. We're just basically just trying to let the body recover, like, from last year. So what my coach has done is he's basically just got me on an off season. So just based on feedback of last year, just still a little bit undersized and all that. So he wants me to take the year off to actually focus on actually putting a bit of weight on, obviously in a cleaner way. And basically, because it is a new coach, I've not even been working with this one for a year right now. So it's just him getting to know how my body responds to certain things. And obviously, as you get older, there are certain things you do react to, certain things that you don't react to anymore. Obviously, training does change a little bit as your body does start to age. As a male, again, hormones, again, and female, hormones do jump up and down. Our reactions to certain types of foods aren't the same anymore. I'm like, for example, I'm lactose. The moment I have dairy, again, not good. So, it's just him figuring that around with me, so, which is actually really cool. So I'm starting to learn things about my body that I didn't even know was there, and like what I can and can't intake and all that. So that's been good. So he's got me on for about 28 weeks, only sitting on about week 9 right now. So again, if I was to compete anyway, it's going to run to the end of the year, so there's no point in doing that. So rather sit the year out. And it's been really good too by sitting the year out. Like, it just lets me focus on other stuff, other businesses. Like, if I want to do a bit of traveling, can do that too. Just gives me a little bit more freedom, and it doesn't feel like I'm kind of like trapped by a sport. And because people prep 20 plus weeks, and kind of, if you're in that kind of the mindset, it's basically half the year you're kind of trapped for and you've locked in for. But like having that freedom to kind of like, look, like, I can get a free meal here, you can go out and you can do stuff and you can go hang around with friends, family or whatnot and all that, and you're not that guy carrying Tupperware containers everywhere, which can be annoying. But just the freedom, man, and like by having the coach in the off season too, like he will still keep you on track while you still have the freedom to kind of go do what you want as well. And that's been the best thing of this year, man. Like, just having that time to actually be like, oh shit, I can actually do this, Like, I'm not having to like eat every 2 hours on the dot and doing this and hitting my cardio before. Yeah, so it's been a lot better, and it's nice seeing another side of life than being trapped 24/7.
It's funny you say that, because I found I had the same thing with soccer. Obviously playing soccer for so long, and as much as you need that outlet, and being around that culture, or being around that scene for so long as well, you do get to a point where it does feel like a bit of a ball and chain, where you start missing, whether it's birthdays or family events or holidays or whatever it is. As good as it is, it's definitely healthy to take a step away from it, and appreciate the other side of life.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
That's one thing I've really found this year. Cool. Let's talk about the fitness journey. Oh, sorry. Do you want to shout out your coach? You gave him a really good rap.
Geordie Brand. He's just basically, he's actually competing this year himself, so it'll be something good to watch. Yeah, man. Actually met him through here. He's just a top bloke, man. Like, we became friends before he actually was my coach. Did a session with him, kind of like spoke to him about everything from, again, nutrition to training to performance enhancement drugs, everything. And he explained everything to me to a detail, kind of made me curious. And then I kind of just hit him up. I was like, hey, man, are you doing any coaching? He wasn't at the time, but within a few weeks, he ended up accepting me on board. And yeah, the rest is history, and everything's been pretty good, man. Keeps me on track. So
he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, the goal is not to let him down too, as well as myself. So it's been really good.
It's that accountability. Would you say you're a tough client to deal with?
I can be a bit. It can be a bit like the ego is still there. I'm not gonna lie, but the older I've gotten, the more I do listen a little bit more. Like, he does get at me for, like, my sleeping isn't the best. Like, I'm always up doing either work or playing stupid video games and stupid shit like that. And yeah, I can be up to about 12 a.m. Not gonna lie, on the computer and doing stuff.
Same thing as someone to have keep you accountable.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but if anyone's played Command and Conquer, you understand. It's amazing.
You need that outlet.
Exactly.
All right, let's chat a little bit about the fitness industry. What's the most common mistake people make in the gym?
Whoa. Like, number one, or?
Like, if someone was to sign up today,
yeah,
what do you think would be their most common mistake that they make?
That's a good one. Probably go into the supplement store and ask for the best protein powder.
Straight away.
Or if they want to drop weight, what's the best fat burner? Like, or before even touching, getting a piece of workout equipment or a cardio machine, they'll go jump straight to the supplement store and go, all right, what's the best protein powder? What's the best fat burner? What's going to make me get my results as quick as possible, kind of thing, like, without even training. So supplementation, I'm going to say, is the first thing that I would say the first thing they'll pick.
Yeah, it's normally always their go-to.
Yeah. Or if, like, you're a younger guy and you've been lifting for, a week or two and don't see results, what's the best steroid to use?
Yeah. Steroid, testosterone booster.
Heard that many times,
yeah. What's an underrated exercise people should do more?
Push-ups.
Interesting.
Like, this one thing, like, or pull-ups. So anything body weighted, like push-ups and pull-ups, like, you can bench as much as you want, you can lat pull down as much as you want, but in all honesty, if you can't control your body weight...
I was literally talking to a client this morning about this, and maybe this is just a stat that I made up, but I feel like if you can do maybe 3 consistent pull-ups, you're already ahead of, say, 95% of the people
Absolutely.
in the gym.
Or if you can do 10 push-ups.
Yeah, 10 push-ups.
Like, exactly, because, like...
mastering that body weight.
Yeah. So most people, again, you bench 100, you lat pull down a full stack, good on you, but can't do one pull-up, can't do one push-up. Like, again, if you can't control your body weight in that sense, like, pound for pound, you're pretty pissed weak, Like, I'm just going to put it out there.
Yeah.
So it's like, in anything, like, that's why, like, in my opinion, some of the best physiques out there are those calisthenic blokes.
They are.
Because, again, like, there's muscle on muscle, and again, their endurance, their strength, and again, in just anything in general is phenomenal. Like, you got your meathead that will just throw weight around, like, yeah, man, you're great, you're strong, but if push comes to shove, like, and you can't hold your body weight, like...
I think I'd find it a lot more impressive if I saw someone doing, like, consistent handstand push-ups compared to someone that's, bench pressing 150, 180 kilos,
absolutely.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be, admiring the person that's doing their handstand push-ups over the guy that's just doing, bench 3-4 times a week.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, same thing. Like, instead of someone saying someone can deadlift 300 kgs, if I see someone doing consistent pull-ups 50 times, the guy that's doing the pull-ups, absolutely. Like, and he's going to have a better physique overall too.
Is that a low-key dig at Zane? Or?
No, I can't really dig at him because I can't do 50 pull-ups too. So definitely not. But it is a low-key dig at a lot of people.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they need it. Do you struggle with motivation?
everyone struggles with motivation, man. There are times in the morning when you get up at 4 a.m. You're like, fuck, I don't want to go to work. Like, where all that. There are some times when I'll neck a pre-workout, I don't want to train. Like, that happens every week. Like, I'm not even going to lie. There are times I have to drive to work and I'm like, I don't even want to drive. You know, like, so, but again, there's a reason why we do things. So, like, yeah, you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable in a way.
Do you think that's the difference between motivation and discipline?
Oh, absolutely. Like, anyone can be motivated for a second. Like, I could give you a motivative speech right now, and you'll be like, fuck yeah, I'm going to go have the best session of my life. After your session, you're like...
But do it against Maya and then...
Yeah, exactly, and try to be consistent with it. Like, exactly like you meet, for example, a new client. This, you've obviously come across this too many times. They sign up with you. They're keen to go. You give them their training plan. You give them their meal plan. You give them everything. Okay, this is what you're doing when you're not with me. Here's your plan. Here's your days. You see me on Thursday. So again, like, here's your training from Monday, Tuesday. You get Wednesday off. You train Thursday. You train Friday. You get the weekend off. Then unless they're training with you, they're not training. So again, you have them on your app, and they've either missed a session or missed a meal or not tracking the calories, Like, it happens all the time. Like, they're good for 3, maybe 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. Then you get that message of, hey, man, I'm going to cancel my session. Can we move it, or can I like cancel it and see you next week? So, so they're motivated for this because they train for 2 to 3 weeks, saw no result.
They start to fall off.
And then it's like, shit, like, this doesn't work. When they've been fat for fucking 14 years, they think they're going to get in shape in 4 weeks. You're like, yeah.
And so how important do you think it is to have that conversation with those specific clients early on, saying you're not going to see anything for the first 3 or 4 weeks, and after 6 months that's when you reflect and you see you might have lost a couple of pant sizes, or your shirts feel a bit tighter,
or you're getting stronger in your lifts, and
exactly.
You get more it's one of the ones.
And I think it also goes back to having that conversation with, are you sugarcoating the shit, or are you being brutally honest with that person?
Yeah. And like the way sugarcoating only will last you so long. Like, say after that 4 weeks they're not seeing any results, and then you kind of be like, I don't know, how would you sugarcoat 4 weeks? Like, yeah, but like
that's your habit. That's your habit forming phase, essentially. Just getting to the gym, just doing 1, 2, 3 sessions per week, and then reflecting on how you went that week, and then after that 4 weeks, then you kind of crank it up a little bit in the 6 weeks, and then you keep just going from there and there and there.
Well, within like if they have progressed in that 4 weeks, like you're like, look, you're doing, say they're doing a bench press, for example, or a dumbbell press, and they've gone up 2.5 to maybe newbie gains 7.5 kgs up. Great progress, absolutely phenomenal. But if they're kind of stuck in the same rut 4 to 5 weeks time, you're like, obviously you're not doing something. Like, it's like, especially with the whole newbie gains and all that, like if they're kind of looking the same, or like they're telling you they're doing everything you're saying, but you're not seeing any kind of like progress anywhere, like most of the times they're bullshitting you, number one. And when you call them out, and I kind of get a little bit upset. Like, some people will take it well, majority don't. But like, I've had a few people like that, and it's just like you have that brutal conversation and going, look, man, like, I'm not the trainer for you, but I can recommend you to so and so, and you pass them on. Like, you can pass them on to a trainer. Like, it could just be you guys don't get along, like you guys don't gel, your vibes don't meet. You're not, like, a lot of times, like, you get clients that are interested in what you are, or you have topics you guys can talk about. You tend to gel with them a lot better than kind of like, okay, next set. They do the 12 reps, put it down, rest. You got nothing to talk about.
That feel, and then move on to the next one.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So, like, number one important thing with this industry and how our clientele works too is, if it's face-to-face, online, I get it, it's a little bit different, because, again, you're not kind of talking to them face-to-face. But with the whole face-to-face, and you kind of do have that kind of trainer-client relationship, like almost like they're your mate, it kind of is a lot easier to kind of go by. Because, again, like, while they're on their break time and all that, you do have topics to talk about, like how was your weekend, and if they're you're actually interested in what they've done or they're interested in what you're doing, kind of like that does pass time really well. Then I'll pull out next set, I'll do this set, put it down, continue your chat kind of thing.
How important do you think it is to have your client, to be relatable to your client?
Half and half. Like, it is important, like I reckon for the long term, like if you guys do connect, but like again, like depends what the client kind of wants. If they're just training for like health and well-being, yeah, like be as relatable as you want. But if they have, for example, like with me and my coach, we got nothing in common besides training and competing and basically that. But that's kind of like me as a client, that's kind of what I need. Like, I don't give a shit what we're interested in. You're my coach to get me to a certain area. Yep. Like, again, depends what the mindset of the person is like how you can pick a coach. Like, I don't care if, again, my coach is complete opposite of me. Like, I don't give a shit. But if he knows what he's doing, sweet. Cool. That's what I pay you for, really. But again, like, you do have some clients that they like to chat.
They just want to come in for a chat.
Yeah, basically, like, you know, they got that. They're getting away from the kids, their partner or whatnot. You know, they just want that hour away, and
100%.
You're like that, mate. You're basically their counselor. Let's be honest. Like, and I reckon about 90% of our job is counselling. I'm going to be honest. So we don't get paid as much as a counsellor, but but yeah, it is. It's very much so. So like, if you can kind of build that kind of bond with them, but like there is a fine line between it. Like, there is having that bond, and there's stepping the line of the whole personal realm too. Like, you know, your personal life is still your personal life, their personal life is still their personal life. If they're willing to talk, you're willing to listen, but like, we're not going to be ones to ask about and constantly push it. So basically, like, we listen, we give our input if it's needed, but like, it's not one that like we go like, say like, hey mate, like, I don't know, like, how's your breakup going? Like, we're not going to go and say that, exactly. You know, like if they want to talk about that, by all means, we're going to listen, but yeah, it's not our job to chase up on that, like in a way. So like, there is that barrier as well, and it's not their job to ask you about your personal business and all that. Like, we're in the gym. Like, if you want to talk, I'm here to listen. I'll give my input. If you ask a question, I'll answer it. But it's like, you're not like that close kind of personal connection in a way.
Yeah, you still got to have those walls up as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Up to 80% of personal trainers leave the industry within their first 6 months. What advice would you give to someone looking at starting off as a trainer?
Just be consistent with it. Like, again, a business isn't, like any business ain't going to be successful within the first year. Like, you're probably going to be actually pretty broke. I was pretty broke for the first 2 years of my career in this industry. Like, I was 17, coming on 18, had no idea what I was doing. Had a good mentor, but again, like, she was running her business too, so it's like one that you're kind of trying to copy that in a way, but like in your own kind of field, because obviously like you're interested in different things. Always have a backup. Like, as you're starting, like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Always do have like something else, like income wise. Depending what gym you're into, like, we're kind of blessed to be in a big enough gym where like there are a lot of members, leads do come and go all the time. Like, we've always got leads coming in, so being a new trainer, obviously they're going to help the new trainer. Again, your job's to convert the client if you can. Sometimes a person just signs up just for PT, like that's because it's what they want to do. Like, they don't want to kind of train on their own, which is fine. But again, like, chance of that is pretty slim too. So it comes down to your skill set too, like your people skills, number one, and basically just try to stick it out, man. Like, being in a bigger gym, obviously you're gonna have a lot more help, but being in a smaller gym, and if you're kind of like the only trainer there, like one or two of yous, again, you've got more chances to convert as well. But honestly, it's like any other business. You want to stick with it long term. Like, if you're consistent with it enough, and if you kind of promote yourself to an extent, and just don't be lazy with it. Like, you you can make a career out of it. But again, like, don't expect your first 2 years to be raking money in and all that. You're going to be giving a lot of things for free.
And that's the thing. Do you think people don't treat it as a business, more as a hobby?
Yeah, like, I reckon this industry gets slept on a lot, and it's more of a, well, like, let's be honest with the institutes and all that, they don't really promote it as a business. It's like, if you look at the commercials and all, it's like, do you want to make $2,500 of cash per week? This is how you can do it. And it'll be like, become a personal trainer without telling you the ins and outs of it. Like, that's kind of like anything. Like, you got all those entrepreneurs and all that saying, if you sign up to my coaching and I'll teach you how to, I don't know, start an online business and this and this and this, and they're making a shit ton from you, giving you piss ass information, and like, you're listening to it and you're like, fuck, this ain't working. But obviously it's worked for them because they've got you on board.
But chances are that also work, because the fitness industry is always developing and changing and changing. But with a lot of those mentorships, what worked for them 5 years ago might not necessarily work for you now.
Exactly right. And with the fitness industry too, like, everyone's trying to do the same thing. You see everyone walk around with a tripod, they'll be recording their workout, or this is how you grow big arms, or this is how you grow big legs, and it's exactly the same information that some other guy or girl on Instagram's already put up. Like, a lot of people are trying to do what's already been done. So, like, you got to kind of think outside the box with it. Like, we got so many fitness influencers out there that are not, it's not funny. So, like, guys and girls walking around their tripod, recording their workout, editing it, putting a voiceover over it, like, whether you get watched or not, it's kind of already been done. So that's what this industry is. It's just like monkey see, monkey do in a way. And it is a bit of a dog eat dog game too. Like, a lot of people they'll jump over a lot of people to get to where they want to be. And again, like, most of the time that doesn't work, because again, what they want to do is already done. So yeah, you got to think outside the box with it. Like, my personal opinion, like, might not be right, but that's kind of what I've started doing anyway. So, and whether it's worked or not, it's all up in the air, man. But I'm pretty complacent where I am right now.
Yeah, that's good. What's the average age of a PT, and can older PTs still have success in this industry, considering the older and longer you get, the more experienced you should be? I know it's a very broad question.
I'm pretty sure, like, you do get a lot of, like, older trainers that will jump in, or, like, whether it's they were the ones getting, like, say, they were overweight and dropped all the weight. Like, you're not going to get a real young kid that's morbidly obese, that lost a lot of weight, has a story behind him. Kids coming out of school, probably athletic as shit, like, just looks the part, get this cert while he's in, and then you ask him, oh, why did you join the industry? I was good at footy. I started lifting weights at 15, got a bit of background. But then you got, like, the older adult that could be a 38-year-old woman that was 100 plus kgs, that's now 65 kgs, fairly lean, competed, did something.
Life experience.
Yeah, basically. Then got her certs because she competed, learned off this coach, and now she's got a story. Then you have a lot of women that were in her shoes, they kind of look at her and go,
I can relate to her.
She did that and she did this, I can too. So then she's converting clients, which I think, honestly, that's going to draw more attention than the fit girl or guy that's come out of school with their tripod, phenomenal physique, great genetics and all that. I got into the industry because I looked the part.
But as you said before, like, what if that 18-year-old or 19-year-old had a female that was just going through a breakup or a divorce? Do you think she's going to be able to turn around and have a proper, as you said before, like, we're therapists to a certain extent or counsellors? 9 times out of 10, she's not going to be able to talk to him about that divorce issues or breakup issues or mental health, because he doesn't have that sort of life experience that 38-year-old lady would have.
Exactly. So that's why, like, I don't think it's ever too late to jump into this industry. Like, whether or not, if you're young and you're coming up, or again, if you're older, and again, like, and you have a story behind you. So it's honestly, I reckon the older person with life experience will get more in the sense of a clientele base than the younger guy, unless like the younger guy or girl has, again, for example, got in the industry, then is now trying to build themselves up. So by building themselves up is like they've trying to do like, I don't know, whether they compete or they play sport or whatnot, then they kind of get that one client that they do really well with, and then word of mouth and like social media is a thing, then everyone kind of sees their results, and next thing they're pulling more and more and more and more based on what they've done. So it could be a 50-50 thing. So the younger you are and the earlier you start, you got to kind of show why would you train with 18 to 20 year old, because he's done this and this and this and this and this. While with the older, kind of like the older age group that's getting dropped all the weight, like maybe beat depression, maybe was suicidal once, beat that too, kind of thing. And she's got a mad story behind her, or he's got a mad story behind him. So what they had to do was they had to work to get to that where they are, while the younger person's got to work upwards to get to where they want to be. So it could be a 50-50 thing, man. Like,
hats off to those trainers that come straight out of school and they go straight into the industry.
Because they get thrown in the deep end straight away.
Yourself, Josh, Zane. Like, I started when I was 26, and I could not imagine being in this industry and being the sort of trainer and having the sort of business that I have now as a 21-year-old. Like, I was an idiot when I was early 20s. There's no way that I'd be able to. I don't think I'd be able to do this as a younger.
That's one of the ones too. Like, if your back's against the wall, it's like anything. Like, you're gonna make something work out of it too. So like, if you're living paycheck to paycheck, like I was at the age of 17, 18, 19, and even 20, it's like some weeks you're like, oh fuck, I didn't even make enough to cover rent, blah blah blah. But like the way that goes, like the more your back's to the wall, it's like anything. Like, say you're overweight, and the doctor goes, look man, if you don't drop 50 kgs within 6 months, you're dead in the next 2 weeks. You're gonna get your ass up and you're gonna do something about it. Same thing with the industry, man. Like, if like you're making no income and you're like, fuck, like I'm paying rent to this place, I'm paying more rent to this place than I'm making, like shit, like you're gonna do something. Like, you're not just gonna sit there, and that's where a lot of trainers, they do really well, then they start falling off because they get complacent, they get comfortable. They drop one client, it's all right, it's just one. Another one goes, yeah, no worries. Third one goes, okay. Fourth one, but they're not trying to build that back up. You see it all the time, man. Yeah. So it's like anything. Like, again, like you said, the industry just growing and growing and growing. And if you're not up to date with it, man, you're going to sink eventually. And again, that's why you see a lot of trainers come and go. Like, how many here have you seen come and go? Like, it's been more than 15, man.
Over 15, yeah.
So in the space of, 5 years?
Yep.
So, like, we had that board filled up with, 20 at one stage. Now there's, fucking 8.
I've actually got a list in my phone of every trainer that's ever been here since I've been here.
Oh,
like, I keep a record of all that. And it's, you flick through, and I can't even remember some of them. Like, I've got a name there. I'm like, I don't know. I can't remember who that person was.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, between, when I started from Genesis to here, it's been I've come across a lot of names. So, yeah, man, it's one of the industries that, they come in for a few weeks, it's not working, you leave. So you go to find a 9 to 5 that now you're working for someone and you hate it. It's like any business, man. Like, you're not going to open a restaurant and expect it to be
profitable in the first,
straight up.
Because
you're paying rent, you're buying produce, you're doing this, and you're doing everything yourself because you can't afford staff yet. It's kind of like this. So yeah, man. Probably half of that in the list, if they stuck to it, that'd be phenomenal. There was probably so much talent, in this place at one stage, and yeah, man, just
dies off eventually.
Exactly, yeah.
Alrighty. I think that's a nice little transition into supplements. So let's chat a little bit about that. What are your top 2 most recommended supplements for clients, and why?
Nowadays, if you ask me back in the days, it'd be like, well, you're good on meathead supplements, but I'm going to say fish oil tablets and vitamin D. because cardiovascular health and your heart health is probably, and again, like, just organ function is probably the most beneficial supplementation you can probably take, just because, again, like, if you're healthy on the inside, you're healthy on the outside. So I'm going to go with your good old over-the-counter supplements.
Yeah, cool. Do you think magnesium's overrated? That seems to be like the buzzword at the moment.
I personally use it, so I'm going to say no. I use it on a daily, actually, and I use a lot of it. I wouldn't say it's overrated, but like, it's also one thing that it's not going to work on its own. Like, if you got someone with a piss poor diet and they're just taking magnesium just to be healthy,
They're trying to
it's
band-aid it.
not going to do anything. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna have a salad for dinner after eating shit all day. Like, it's not gonna do shit. Like, supplements work if you work. That's what they call supplements. They're there to supplement things, man. But like, any supplement can be useful, and any supplement can be called overrated too.
What are your overrated supplements?
Test boosters?
Yeah.
Yeah, test boosters are shit. I love them, but BCAAs are pretty overrated too. And again, I love it, but fat burners, thermos, they can be a little bit overrated as well. Because, not saying that they don't work, like, they are great. Like, I use it first thing in the morning, but the thing with thermos/fat burners is, I call them thermos over fat burners because, like, the untrained person or the newbie that comes to the gym, they'll look at it and be like, oh shit, it's this fat burner, it's going to work. So they think they take one scoop of that and continue with their lifestyle, then they see no change, they're like, fuck, this don't work. So the fitness industry is smart labeling that as a fat burner, like the word fat burner, like, you know, it's like if I created a product and I called it freaking anabolic steroids 2000 and put freaking Milo in it, and people are like, fuck, this is good, it tastes like Milo, but the label says freaking you're going to put on
10 kilos of lean
10
mass.
kilos
Yeah.
in a week, in a month, but if you take this 5 times a day, but I'm not saying it's going to put muscle on you, it's going to put 10 kilos of whatever.
All right, so on a scale of vitamin D to test boosters, where would you put magnesium?
Well, vitamin D does, like, test boosters do contain vitamin D if you look at the ingredient pad. Magnesium, I'd put magnesium at a higher scale, just because I personally use magnesium, and there's a place for everything, man. Like, even test boosters, like, they will contain your magnesium in it too. It's just a blend of what your D-aspartic acid, fenugreek, sometimes it has ashwagandha, boron, vitamin D. Basically things that kind of are meant to spike it, but like, whether or not it works or not, it's all aside.
So where would you put creatine? Because creatine would probably be one of my most recommended supplements.
Yeah, creatine's like, it's got its place for everything, but again, creatine will work if you work. So creatine, definitely, like, I would put it at the top just because price value too. Like, it's such a beneficial supplement for something that's so cheap.
Well, they say it's the most researched sup as well.
Yeah. Whether it's monohydrate or hydrochloride, I do prefer hydrochloride. I find it just sits better on my stomach, which is creatine HCl. It's got more of a kind of tangy taste to it, which it tastes of shit. But whether or not creatine is creatine, 10 grams per day is my recommendation because the body only does absorb so much of it. And I personally use it post-workout. Creatine, I definitely would throw it way higher, like up the scale of in the supplementation. Like, I'd throw that over your protein powder and even your pre-workouts. I'd put creatine a little bit higher. Again, like, because bang for your buck too, like, anyone can access it to it for like a really cheap rate. While like the price of, as you know, the price of protein is just absolutely stupid at the moment compared to what it was, 2 to 3 years ago. Yeah, like pre-workouts and them, they have their place too. But again, they work if you work with it. Again, some people just do get to the point where if you're not taking it, you can't train, which is complete bullshit. That's just more of an excuse than anything. But yeah, it's more of that reliant supplement, and like with creatine, like, you might forget it and you're like, yeah, right,
Yep.
It's just creatine. But like with your pre-workouts and your protein, it's like, oh, I haven't had my protein for the day, so I'm gonna lose all my gains because I didn't take my protein half an hour after training.
Do you recommend creatine at the start of the day or end of the day, or after a workout, before a workout? Like, what's your preference?
Post-workout, because for myself, because it does sit in my stomach and kind of distends my stomach a little bit, so kind of training on it is a little bit uncomfortable. But post-workout is where I take it, and that's kind of where I give it to my clientele as well. So we use it for like a recovery basis. Doesn't matter when you take it through the day, just as long as you take it throughout the day, it's fine. You can use it first thing in the morning. A lot of guys like to do that too. They wake up, they make their morning shake, they throw it with their thermo or whatnot. Cool. If that's what you want to do it. Again, pre-workout, you can throw it pre-workout. I know some pre-workouts do contain it too. End of the day, you can use it as a recovery basis to sleep on. But if you can ask me, and if you're my client, I'd definitely go post-training.
Cool. You covered most of those questions there, which is great. How much caffeine is too much caffeine? And
I'm probably not the one asking this one, because I do rely on it a fair bit. I'm not going to lie. I think anything over 500 megs is pretty up there.
And what's the average milligrams for average pre-workout now? Because you have some really high ones.
And anything from about 200 to, I've seen anything as high as about 350 nowadays. So we can get happy medium about 250, 275. Mm-hmm. So that's standard, I'm pretty sure. Well, what your standard coffee is 70 megs roughly, and the standard energy drinks 125. Mm. So yeah, I'm going to say about 250, 275 is standard for a pre-workout, but I reckon anything over 500 megs is pretty extreme.
It's pushing it.
And I'm not going to lie, I do push it sometimes too. So it's again.
Yeah, but you're a seasoned athlete.
Yeah, but you become reliant on it too. And what I just said about being reliant on it, I'm one of them. Like, it's like one of the ones that plays in your head. If you don't have it, you're like, oh fuck, like that train's gonna be shit. Like, it's not. Like, I've trained without it before, but I don't know, it just gives you that mental edge. Like, physically, not sure, but mentally, it's just like, it's like that drug in a way. So yeah.
What red flags should someone look for when buying supplements?
Caffeine content. Because, do me a favour, go to any sup shop and go, I'm looking for a pre-workout. The staff will go, grab one and be like, oh, this one's got 250 caffeine, this one's got 300. 300 must be better.
They always go for the highest.
Yeah, and that's all they look for. No one looks at citrulline malate, no one looks at agmatine, no one looks at your taurine, all the other freaking ingredients that you do want to look in a pre-workout. Like, for me personally, I like to look at citrulline malate. I do like vasodilators personally a lot better. I would go for a non-stim pre-workout over a pre-workout if I had to pick the two of them. But like, you go to any kind of supplement place, like even go down here, just go have a look, and a lot of people's they grab the first thing and caffeine content's the first thing they'll look for. Like, if you're looking for caffeine, bro, just fucking drink coffee, man. Like,
so what should someone look for in a good pre-workout?
Again, me personally, I like vasodilators, so I'm always straight into like the L-citrulline, or if it's got
and that helps with blood flow.
Blood flow, but it's and just basically pumps. So the more blood flow you get in the muscle, the more pumps you get, and again, like the more vasodilation into like your muscle as you train. And I find that more beneficial than the actual caffeine in general, because once you can be tired, once you start training, adrenaline kicks in, like, you're pretty awake. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. So, and again, like, I get caffeine has its place. Like, it gives you it makes you alert. There's a couple of other ingredients that I can't even think of at the top of my head right now that are in a pre-workout that's really good, like for cognitive function and all that kind of stuff too. Again, your sodium, for your anti-cramping. Some even have hydration in it. And yeah, it's not just caffeine content, most of it. So I think caffeine's probably the number one most overrated thing to look for in a supplement.
Do you know one thing I've really been trying to find on a good pre-workout is the nootropics. So if you have like your Hyperzone A,
a lot of that is actually built in your thermos too, because it's like first thing in the morning. So it kind of like it's what it tries to make you alert in a way. So that's kind of like built in as a way of to kind of get like that mental focus without that false energy that caffeine's going to give you in a way. So whether or not, again, it works or not, it's and whether or not the dosages are correct on most of them, it's, you know, it's all up in the air. But
so a few things to look for before buying your next pre-workout.
yeah, pretty much. And again, a lot of them are very, very, very similar in a way too. They just slap a different brand on it, eh? Same as protein powder. Like you got what, your WPI, your WPC, and your casein, or your like your whey blends or whatnot. Like at the end of the day, like protein is protein. Like whether or not it's WPI is faster absorption, WPC is slower, casein is very slow. WPI is water based. So if you got like lactose problems, go for the WPI. Which I do, because I do have lactose problems. But again, like then you got your whey blend, which is the blend of your WPI and your WPC, and it tastes phenomenal. So and it mixes really well. Blah blah blah. But they're like, when I take that, it gives me the runs. And like, it's because it's got your lactose in it. So like things to be aware in that area. But other than that, like in my opinion, pre-work is a pre-workout, thermo is a thermo, and yeah, man, like supplements work if you work. So like, there's no point buying the most expensive pre-workout when you train like a freaking pussy anyway. You know, so.
Was there anything else you want to touch on in supplements?
No,
that's pretty good. Yeah, I think we covered quite a bit. Moving on to nutrition, what's some easy advice for someone that hasn't tracked nutrition before to get started?
Just clean up your diet, man. Like, it doesn't have to be completely accurate. Like, at the end of the day, like, the moment you kind of just start, like, I'm not saying clean it up completely. Like, you could have someone that's been, I don't know, some morbidly obese person that just lives off takeout or whatnot. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They eat 2 to 3 times a day and it's just eating out. So the first thing you'd kind of do is just try to limit the amount that they're actually consuming. Like, you're not going to, it's like telling a smoker to stop smoking by just taking his dairies away. It's not going to work that way. So instead of having like, look, they have 2 burgers for breakfast, 2 burgers for dinner, that's it. Let's go, hey man, like, how about we go one burger for breakfast, 1 burger for dinner, like whatever, something like that. Just
it's more about just implementing those smaller changes.
Exactly, or instead of having 2 big ones, have two small ones or whatnot. Like you're just slowly starting to reduce calories, because that's going to do a lot. So instead of like like one of your clients goes, on Sundays my family, we get pizza. How much do you eat? A box. No dramas. Why don't we start with 3/4 of it, or 6 slices instead of 8? You can still get it, but like instead of like eating the whole thing, just go like 2 pieces short. What, a slice of pizza is what, 200 plus calories, man. So like you're already making that slight change already. So like small changes are always going to lead up to bigger results, in my opinion. Like you're going to take someone that's used to that lifestyle and go, here's your meal plan of chicken, rice, broccoli, freaking fish and asparagus, egg whites and oatmeal. And look, get fucked. I ain't doing this. Exactly. And that's where people fall off, because they try to go from 0 to 100 straight away. And again, a lot of people are like that, regardless, because it's more so of that quick fix, or they just kind of want the quick fix. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to sugarcoat that one. So it's like, or they see their favorite influence do this thing. They're motivated for a week because they ate a healthy meal plan. Then 1 week later, because they've been so restrictive, the craving comes in. They're like, fuck, I binged for a day. They went back to their old ways just for a day. But again, like the calories that accumulated for that day is basically just sabotage their entire week. So with clients that like, you're kind of trying to break them out of an eating habit, like you can either try to start minimizing their portion, or in a way kind of give them like a meal plan that, or even advice that kind of implements your like more whole foods in general with what they're doing already. So the goal is to kind of try to still give him what they want, but try to implement some other choices into it in a way of, hey, like, clean, dirty, clean, dirty, clean. So like, and then like, in time they'll be like, it's more. Not, I don't want to say it's more of a reward, like leading up to you're not a fucking dog, but like it's something to look forward to in a way. So, in the sense of doing like meal plans for, if someone comes up to me and goes, "Oh, can you do me a meal plan?" I'm like, "Okay, what's your diet like right now?" I just eat shit. You do them up a meal plan, they're not gonna follow. You're just gonna be wasting your fucking time. So like,
so how do you help someone move away from an all or nothing mindset around nutrition?
Slow approach. So again, like I said, like still give them
Just
what they've been
changes.
doing, but like start like slowly removing, like just portion control in a way, but like start implementing the food groups you want to throw in as well. So it's like, hey, for breakfast, let's go, I don't know, they could be eating fucking Cocoa Pops or fucking rice bubbles or whatnot. And instead of going like, hey, like, instead of throwing, I don't know, what do you put with that? Fucking milk. Like, you get, I wouldn't even know how to do it. You mix up a protein shake and pour it in there, or sometimes the milk or something like that. But like, I got my ways around it in a way of, I'm a little bit brutal with my approach with food with a lot of people. But again, like, it's more about like kind of like creating the changes of, if they want it, they will do it. But again, like, you do have your clients that will kind of fall off it, which you kind of have to go by baby steps and all that with it. So my approach is, depending on the person, is, man, like, there's more than one way to skin a cat in a way. So with a client that kind of wants it more, they will listen to you. But like the ones that are a little bit harder to kind of break, you're going to have to kind of try to offset it in a way, whether it can be, all right, for training wise, like whether you're going to implement a little bit more cardio in just to try to offset. Like, you can't offset a bad diet, man. I've tried, it doesn't work. But it's more so of just trying to create that habit of, yes, like these are still there, but it doesn't have to be constant or like every day. And once they kind of start seeing result, like, you do want to watch very.
Is an anabolic window, and do you think it's over exaggerated?
The anabolic window, absolutely. Like, it's one of the ones that's like, okay, like, what is it? If I don't get a protein shake within 10 minutes of my training session, I'm going to my training session doesn't mean nothing. But I know guys that don't even take protein powder, they're bigger than all of you, so fucking don't worry about it. It's one of the ones that, but recovery wise, like, I wouldn't say there's too much of a window, but you do want to kind of consume something with him, maybe at least an hour of training, just for the recovery benefits. And because like, what is training? Like, you're putting stress on your muscle, you're tearing muscle fibers down. So to rebuild it, absolutely, like, I wouldn't say it's an anabolic window, but more so for like recovery process, to start that recovery
There's a
process.
time frame that you should definitely be replenishing the body.
Whether it's, again, like a protein shake is a protein shake, but like, you do want, like, again, a balance of like good carbohydrates going in to shuttle back in, like shuttle glycogen and nutrients back into the muscle. And all, like, protein will only do so much. Again, protein powder it's a food, it's protein. Like, it's like you can finish your training and chug egg whites. It's going to do the same shit at the end of the day. But like, you do want to get like something, I'm going to say within an hour. So you don't want to let your body get to that kind of that hungry stage in a way. But like, anabolic window rise within like, what, the 10, 15 minutes? I think it's a bit of a myth in my opinion, but could be wrong. Could be like some sort of study within that, but I'm not going to force clients to, finish training and freaking run to their car to grab a fucking protein
Force a protein shake straight in the throat. Yeah. Talking about myths, let's talk a little bit about myths around steroids. Steroids make you instantly huge.
False. Otherwise, I'd be massive. No, again, steroids or any kind of anabolic compound, again, like, it works if you do. Like, yes, you do have your benefits from it. Like it does increase appetite, it does increase testosterone, it does increase like your muscle protein synthesis, all of the above. But again, like it's one of the things that just because you've done a shot and if you don't train or you're like it. Honestly, it makes you want to kind of like stick to your diet and stick to your training and actually stick to your program a lot more because number one, what you're paying for
It's expensive, yeah.
and number two, like the risks it does do to your body too. Like in a way, so like if you kind of like once you kind of start, it's like okay, so I'm doing damage to myself already. Like there's no way around it. There's no healthy way to do it, man. Like it's all gonna have its pros and its cons. But again, when you start doing it and you're like, okay, now my training's good, you're doing your cardio, you're doing your weight training, etc. Now your diet's clean. Like you're basically giving your body the healthiest nutrients and training and everything it's possibly going to have, with obviously offsetting it with your gear. So like if you're going to use it and you go through your dirty bulk phase, like that's going to put more it's going to be more detrimental for getting your internal organs, your health in general, cardiovascular health, and it'll just kind of fuck you up, man. Like it'll just make you fat. Like you're not going to get jacked because you've injected a few megs of testosterone in your body. So it's one thing. That's why, like before, if I'm not promoting anything, but if you are going to look to go that route, speak to someone that knows what they're talking about. Talk to a coach at least. Don't just go to the biggest guy in the gym, the fucking guru and all that, which I've fucking done before, not naming any names. It's like absolutely fucking dumb shit. But again, everyone's guilty of it. I'll admit I am. But yeah, like make sure you get your bloods done. Make sure you check where your level's at. Like consult your doctor, tell your doctor what you're doing, and again, like make sure you do hire a coach that will lead you the right way with it, because like at the end of the day, you're playing with your health now. It doesn't matter like what age you are. Like you get a lot of kids below the age of 20 that, well, I've had a few personally DM me about like what you reckon on this and this, and then you're like, what the fuck, bro, how old are you? And they're like, oh, I just turned 60. You're like, what the fuck, man? Like, what are you doing? Then you try to like lead them the other way and be like, try to blow smoke up their ass a little bit. Like, man, like you got a mad physique already. You like you're not even genetically developed yet, blah, blah, blah. And then like some of them do listen. Some of them go, yeah, well, fuck you. I'm going to talk to some other fucking Joe Blow. So they go and DM someone else, and next minute they rock up and they're, oh yeah, well, I'm on my freaking third cycle weekend. I'm 16. I'm like, oh, you're a fucking clown, aren't you? But yeah, like making you huge, like it will put size in you, but depending which way you go by it, in a good way or a bad way, man. So I'm going to say myth.
Myth.
Yeah.
What does that, you touched on that medical guidance a little bit about the doctors. What does that process look like? So obviously you go and get your bloods done, and then what happens after that?
So depend on like if you got an actual like a GP that specializes in it, or you can do it through online. So with the online way, like we all use it. It's called iMedical. Okay, my coach has actually got me on that. So you basically download the sheet. It'll tell you like basically what you want to check is the price you're going to, if he's going to pay for it. You take the sheet, you print it off, take it to any kind of pathologist around. You give them your sheet. Again, they'll read through it, they'll take your blood and they'll send it off, and within about 24 hours you'll get your results back via email. And then whether or not you send that to your coach, your actual normal GP or whatnot, it'll tell you what your levels are sitting at, whether or not just like your testosterone, your estradilators, but like your hemoglobin, your SPG, everything, IGF-1, whatnot. And it tells you where you're sitting at track, red blood cells, white blood cells, all of the above. And if things are sitting like slightly higher, slightly low, they'll tell you ways to go to mitigate it, to bring it back to normal. Okay, whether it's donating blood to bring your red blood cell counts back down. If your testosterone is sitting low, like to to a degree. You can apply for HRT or whatnot. Whether or not they'll give it to you is all up in the air. Again, a lot of doctors will try to steer away from that, which is, again, it's on them. I see no issue with it, but a lot of medical practices do in a way. Been talking to a few guys that are severely low, and the GP just will refuse.
Are there supplements out there that can help protect your heart and like your liver while cycling?
Yeah, there are. Like, so with like when I'm on prep, when I do compete, there are a few kind of supplements that I do undertake. Whether it's basically like your heart, liver, and your kidney supplements. Your Tudka's a very good one. My coach has got me on a fair few, like, just like your general over-the-counter health supplements too. Milk Thistle's a good one, but they'll be like there's actually supplements that are called like heart, liver, kidneys, and all that, and then just kind of buy and just take it on a daily basis. Mm-hmm. But like at the end of the day, like it will, again, it's a supplement, so it will help as much as it can, but whether or not like the dosages you are doing when you are running on your gear and all that can mitigate, like the supplements will mitigate all that. Highly, I don't think so, but like any protection is good protection, I guess. But yeah, man, just still, whether or not like you think just getting supplements are just going to help it, like completely, I wouldn't actually put all my eggs in one basket. I'd still get my bloods done, so get everything checked, make sure you're healthy, and yeah, just stay on top of it the best you can. And again, with a lot of younger guys and all that do hop on, and you ask them like, oh, when was the last time you got your bloods checked? Never. How long have you been on? 3 years. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I get it looked at, man. But again, a lot of people are scared to know the results too, because they, deep down, you probably know the damage you've already done, man. But yeah, like there's no shame in that, man. Like I'll admit everything that I've done and what I do, and I'll tell everyone what, if they ask the question of the protocols I've gone by or the protocols my coach has kind of told me. And again, he's kept me as healthy as possible while I'm on my off season and all that kind of stuff too. So like, it's an open topic. And it can be a touchy topic too. Like some people don't like other people knowing what they do and all that. But again, at the end of the day, like you shouldn't really lie about what you do and all that. Especially like when people are pretty curious. Or like, how do I get to where you are in a way? Or how do I look at this, and then you're like, well.
And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of talk about it is, as you said, like a lot of people don't want to talk about what they're doing, or and I know you're very open about that sort of stuff. So,
that's one of the ones.
and you know, if someone's looking at doing it and they're watching this or listening to this, and they can kind of take something of value away from that, then that's a win.
It's one of the ones that's like, why lie about it, man? Like
Yep.
Like you don't like. It's like one of the ones that's like, what if you're a drug dealer and you're like, oh, I own a comic book store. I'm like, no, you don't, man. You're full of shit. So yeah.
Do you think steroid use is misunderstood?
In what way?
I guess it kind of reflects back to that first question, where it's if you can just go and get massive straight away from doing steroids.
Like which we said that's a myth, right? So, what was the question again?
Do you think steroid use is misunderstood by people?
Oh, absolutely. So in the sense of like, just because like, all right, like I trained for 2 weeks, it didn't work, so I'm going to go inject some testosterone and get huge kind of thing. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's one of the ones that's like, again, it works if you work. And again, like anything, like yes, it might speed up the time of getting certain results and all that, but you got to realize once you're off, your body goes back to normal, man. Like whoever does say that, if you meet a Joe Bloke coach and he goes, oh yeah, all you have to do is one cycle and you put this weight on, then you just do one cycle and you come off and you're going to keep it, fuck off, man. You're full of shit. You're going to shrink. It's like anything, man. It's like what? You snort coke every day, then like you do, your fucking body goes into a high. You get off for a week, you go back to normal, man. It's like what the gear's going to do to you, man. Like, you do 1 16-week cycle, put some good gains on, you jump off for 6 months, man, your body's going to revert. So, again, that's what, again, us competitors got to face as well. Like, yeah, you look amazing, you compete, whatnot, or if you just do it for shits and giggles, you look amazing for as long as you stay on for. Then once you've got to jump off because you've got to let your freaking receptors reset, you see your body starting to shrink. You look in the mirror daily and you're like, oh fuck, like
And body dysmorphia.
I'm going down now. Your weights get weaker. You're less motivated. Your adrenaline's like to train is gone. Sex drive goes down. Like you wake up and you're like, oh fucking hell, it's like, it's not even working. Blah blah blah. Like, you got to face like, well, there's pros, there's cons, man. So no one really thinks about the cons of it. So everyone just goes, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get huge. Yeah, sweet, you're gonna get huge until you get off, or fuck, I couldn't have, like, I've missed a shot. They're not even consistent with that kind of thing, you know? So yeah, like, I'd say it is severely misunderstood because, again, there are a lot of compounds out there. It's not just testosterone. Like, you know, you got multiple compounds that you can jump on, whether it's for a cutting phase, a growth phase, and whatnot. And again, injections, orals, tablets, liquid, and like each one has its own like compound. Again, they're all anabolics, all steroids, but a lot of people want to do it in a like a quiet way of, I don't want anyone knowing. So instead of doing research, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to buy this. Not knowing what they're doing, mixing random compounds together and going for it. Like, not even knowing what dosages to take as well. And then you hear some dosages like it's this one guy that goes to the gym and he's a little bit curious and you're like, how many megs are you running? 600. You're like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I compete, I don't even do that. Like, what the hell? So it's like, yeah, like they just...
So it's so important to do your research.
Oh yeah, number one, it's important to do your research, but don't research your fucking idols. Like, if your idol is this big 300-pound dude and you're looking at this sock and you're like, oh fuck yeah, I'm going to copy that when you're like, what, 70 kilos, man. It's not going to do you any good. But again, it happens, man. Same as with females and all that. Like, how do I get that beach bikini body, neck minute, Anova, clenbuterol, whatever. Their neck minute, they're putting orals down and all that. And yeah, like, then they're copying side effects. Voice is getting a bit deeper, blah, blah, blah. Then, because again, that ripped chick at the gym said that the big dude at the gym told me to do this. You know, like, he could just be some fucking moron, like the ones walking around here too. They don't know they do what they're talking about, man. It's just a cash grab for them, bro. Like, you know, they bite off some guy and freaking double it for another guy. But yeah, like, definitely misunderstood in a way. Like the first thing, like, you might even heard of it. Like, you get an overweight client, how do I strip fat fast? What do you reckon about Duramine? What do you reckon of Ozempic? What do you reckon of clenbuterol? It's like, what do you reckon of fucking caloric deficit? Like, fuck me, like, like straight up, hey. So yeah, definitely misunderstood.
Yeah, cool. Well, I hope that's a bit of an insight on that topic for a lot of people.
Again, everything's my own opinion. So like, someone could say something else and they might be right, I might be wrong, but that's just my advice on it.
All right, we'll start to wrap it up a little bit. Hayden, what does success look like to you?
Or like, as in from a business plan, or what?
General.
In general. Like, now that you mentioned it, is probably waking up with a healthy body that doesn't crack, eh? But man, like, honestly, now that I'm a little bit older, success to me is just, man, living day to day with no worries, eh? Like, you got a roof over your head, your family's healthy, your loved ones are good, like, you got a car, you go to work, you can just, like, you're living comfortable, man. Like, you could be on the streets, you know, like, you could be doing it tough. Like, there's always someone going to be doing it tough, like, tougher than you. Like, whether you complain or not, man, like, you hear a lot of, like, whinging and, like, oh, I want this, I want that. Well, someone wants your lifestyle too, bro. Like, you know, like, you could have someone that can't even get a rented house or whatnot. Like, you know, they're forced to live in the parents' basement or something like that. They just want an apartment on themselves, or like they can't afford fucking like groceries or whatnot, man. Like, success, in my opinion, right now is as long as you're good, you're healthy, your loved ones are, and man, just you can live a day-to-day basis without any worries, man. I think you've hit the nail on the head, man. You've won the lottery already. So, like, whether or not people are complaining about wanting certain shit and all that, man, it's just like fucking suck it up, bro. Like, there's needs and there's wants, man. So if you've got your needs, you're good. Like, fuck your wants, man. Like, if you want your wants, work for it, good. Go for it. Like, you'll get that eventually, but yeah, man, like, as long as you have everything you need, I think it's pretty good, bro.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I might know the answer to this one already, but what's your spirit animal? What animal would you relate the most to? And if you don't say the thing that I think you're going to say...
Really? I'm pretty kicked back, eh? Probably a wombat or a sloth, I reckon. Like, I'm just slow. Like, just slow and just, like, you know, just relaxed. I'm going to say more of a sloth.
Sloth?
Yeah, I'm going to say a sloth.
I think sloth is maybe number 2, but for anyone that's seen Hayden's dog, they're pretty much... You ever seen those owners and dogs that look exactly the same?
Yeah, he's pretty lazy as well, man. Yeah, but I'd
American Bulldog.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say sloth, man. I'm just slow nowadays, bro. Like I don't rush anything. Like, yeah, I'm gonna say sloth.
Yeah, okay. And last one, if you could put anything up on a billboard, what would it be?
Like, as in a saying?
Quote, saying.
Ooh.
Josh's answer last week was he'd put himself up of him winning his medal at his competition.
Yeah, well, newsflash, I came 8th, so there was no medal.
It's probably something you don't want to remember.
That's all right. It was a good lineup. If I put up a billboard, probably me logo, eh?
But
Yeah. With the saying, nobody cares, work harder, I guess. I don't know. Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, something pretty brutal and honest. Maybe like fucking Goku or something like that.
Yeah, cool. Well, I think that's a good way to end this chat. Thanks for being here. I know you're a little bit crook, and you really struggled to kind of get through that, I can tell.
Trying to cough.
But yeah, also thanks for doing this. I'm still not too sure what this podcast is going to turn into. Hopefully it's of some sort of success where people can kind of tune in and get value and a bit of an insight with people that kind of excel within their industry, and you know, whether it kind of helps them, you know, get into the industry, or a bit of an insight as to, I know we've been very fitness orientated the last 2 episodes, but I do have some pretty cool visions coming up over the next couple of months. If people want to work with you, do you do online, eh?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and obviously face to face. How can people get in contact with you?
Just by my phone number. Should I really give my phone number here now?
No, it's good.
Yeah, probably not.
Instagram or...
Instagram is just Hayden_FMoo, or Moo Familiar, which is my clothing company.
Yeah, you want to talk a bit about bit of a plug on your company?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Moo Familiar is kind of the company I've just created, a bit of a clothing line. Kind of just started basically last 2 years.
Very comfy jumper.
Basically, it's the 2 jumpers that we've got on right now. Done by my business partner, Melissa from Perfectly Imperfect. She's just amazing lady that's just battled and beaten breast cancer, so shout out to her as well. Yeah, it's a funny story about this company. It's just basically I grabbed my tattoo and my last name, put it together, and voila, it became something. So yeah, if you want to support that, like, we got some stuff coming out later on in October. Everything's always limited quantity. I don't release too much, but again, the October release will be for a good cause, and because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I do support it for my business partner's sake. So if you guys want to get into supporting that, it'll be much appreciated. But yeah, just keep an eye out. Follow Moo Familiar on Instagram, and yeah, shameless plug.
Any support's good support.
Exactly.
Cool, guys. Well, yeah, if you made it this far, thank you. If you have enjoyed it, please send through any fitness myths or questions for the next episode. Hopefully you took something away from this chat, and catch you next time on Coach's Corner. Thanks, guys.